Welcome to our channel, guys, and this time we're going to discuss about factoring. Here we are going to learn about different elementary and basic factoring types. Pero bago po yan, i-like, i-share at mag-subscribe muna sa ating channel. I-click ang notification button for automatic updates of upcoming videos. By the way, yung mga gustong magpa-shoutout, i-comment lang sa ating comment box sa ating video at paglalaanan yan natin ng oras. Okay? Sige, tara na. Umpisa na natin. This time, guys, the focus of our discussion is all about factoring. Getting the factors of polynomials or algebraic expressions. When a polynomial or algebraic expression is the product of two or more other polynomials or algebraic expressions, each of these is said to be a factor of the given polynomial or algebraic expression. The process of finding the factors of which a given polynomial is composed is called factoring. So say you're given x squared plus 5x plus 6, that is what we call the polynomial. Our x plus 2 times x plus 3 are called the factors. Let's now discuss the first type of factoring, that is getting the common monomial factor. Remember that the distributive property is used to find the product of a polynomial and a monomial. This property is also important in getting the monomial factor of a polynomial, and GCF is much used. What is GCF? Greatest common factor. Let us say factor 18x cubed plus 12x squared minus 24x. So here we are going to evaluate or see the terms. So how many terms here? There are three terms. We have 18x cubed, then positive 12x squared, and negative 24x. Remember that terms are separated by the plus and minus signs. So consider our literal numerical coefficients 18, 12, 24. Then get the GCF. Consider the literal coefficients x cubed, x squared, x. Get the greatest common factor. Just to show, our 18x cubed can be expressed as 6x times 3x squared. Our 12x squared can also be expressed as 6x times 2x. And our negative 24x can also be expressed as 6x times negative 4. You can see that each of the terms have 6x. So this 6x is what we call the common monomial factor. So to factor our 18x cubed plus 12x squared minus 24x, that's now equal to 6x times 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. How did we get 3x squared plus 2x minus 4? We will simply divide the polynomial, each term in the given polynomial by the common monomial factor. So 18x cubed divided by 6x, that is simply 3x squared. Then 12x squared divided by 6x, 2x. Negative 24x divided by 6x, that gives us negative 4. Okay, let's see this. 9a cubed b squared plus 21a squared b cubed. Between 9 and 21, our GCF is 3. Then between a cubed and a squared, kapag parehas yung variable natin, exponent lang ang difference, ang kukunin natin na exponent or yung yung pinakamababa. No? That would be now our GCF or greatest common factor. So between b square and b cube, kunin natin yung b square. Between a cube and a square, kunin natin yung a square. And we have 3 as the GCF between 9 and 21 a while back. So our common monomial factor is 3a squared b squared. So we have 3a squared b squared times the quantity 3a plus 7b. Of course, how did we get 3a plus 7b? Dinivide natin yung bawat bawat term dun sa polynomial ng ating common monomial factor. That is 9a cubed b squared divided by 3a squared b squared. We get 3a, 21a squared b cubed divided by 3 squared b squared. We get 7b. Number 2, 15a squared x minus 25a squared y plus 50a squared z. So, we have 15, 25, 50. Ang ating GCFI, 5. A squared x, a squared y, a squared z. So, ano yung common sa kanila? Ang common sa kanila ay a squared. So, therefore, ang CMF or common monomial factor, GCF, that is 5a squared. So, we have 5a squared times 3 times the quantity 3x minus 5y plus 10z. So, nag-divide tayo ng isa of the terms. Parang yung kagaya ng number 1. Number 3, 30x squared y cubed z raised to 4 plus 18x y raised to 4 z squared minus 24x z. So, 30, 18, negative 24, that is 6. Tapos, xyz. So, ang common monomial factor, 6xyz. So, therefore, the answer is 6xyz times the quantity 5xy squared z cubed plus 3y cubed z minus 4. Letter B, difference of two squares. Ito madali lang. Difference. So meaning to say, the operation involved between two quantities is subtraction. Two squares. That means to say, perfect square yung dalawang quantity. Yung a square perfect ba? Yes. Yung b square perfect ba? Yes. So kung ganito siya, no, that would simply be equal to a plus b times a minus b. Pero kung plus ang nandiyan dyan, that is a square plus b square, hindi siya magiging a plus b times x, a minus b. Okay, number 1, a square minus 64. So minus or subtraction yung operation. That's the first requirement. Then, tignan natin kung perfect squares yung dalawa. X square, perfect square ba siya? Yes, because the square root is x. How about 64? Perfect square ba siya? Yes, because the square root is 8. So, therefore, that is simply x plus 8 times x minus 8. Pwede rin magkabaliktad. Pwedeng mauna yung x minus 8, then sunod yung x plus 8. Walang problema. Okay, number 2. 4a raised to 4 minus 9b raised to 2. Okay, yes, difference. Perfect square yung dalawa. So what is the square root of 4a raised to 4? 2a square. What is the square root of 9b square? 3b. So that is simply 2a square plus 3b times 2a square minus 3b. Number 3, 81x raised to 4 minus 16y raised to 4. Okay, so perfect square yung dalawa. Difference, yes. So square root of 81 is 9. Square root of x raised to 4. X raised to 2. Square root of 16, 4. Square root of y raised to 4. Y raised to 2. So we have 9x squared plus 4y squared times 9x squared minus 4y squared. But look, consider 9x squared minus 4y squared. It is still difference of 2 squares. So we can still factor that out. So the final answer should be 9x squared plus 4y squared times 3x plus 2y times 3x minus 2y. So factor further your 9x squared minus 4y squared because it can still be factored out. Letter C, perfect square trinomial. Ito madali lang. I-evaluate lang natin yung first at saka last terms. Dapat ito ay perfect squares. So, we have two forms. Lahat positive. Then, yung isa naman, negative yung sa middle term. So, a square plus 2ab plus b squared, that is simply a plus b times a plus b. Then, a square minus 2ab plus b squared, that is simply a minus b times a minus b. Tignan natin, a squared plus 10x plus 25. So we have to consider the first term, x squared. Is that a perfect square? Then the last term, 25. Is that a perfect square? Yes, they are perfect squares. Then what is the square root of x squared? The square root of x squared is x. How about the square root of 25 or 5 squared? The square root is 5. Then twice their product. So multiply this, x and 5 or 5 and x, then twice it. Multiply it by 2. So that is 2 times 5x. What is 2 times 5x? That is simply equal to the middle term. That's 10x. So if this is the case, it is now equal to x plus 5 times x plus 5 or x plus 5 quantity square. So pagpiran mo lang yung square roots ng two terms or the first and the last terms, that is x and positive 5. So there we have x plus 5 times x plus 5. Number 2, 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Your first term, 4x squared, is that a perfect square? Yes. How about 9? Is that a perfect square? Yes. So the first and last terms are perfect squares. What is the square root of 4x squared? 2x. How about your 9? Okay, it can be 3, it can be negative 3. The square root of 9 is positive 3 or 3 or negative 3. Negative 3 nilagay ko dyan since the sign of our middle term is negative 12. Yes, the sign is negative. Okay. So, twice their product, so that is 2 times their product is negative 6x because negative 3 times 2x or 2x times negative 3, we have negative 6x. That is simply equal to our middle term, negative 12x. Therefore, our 4x squared minus 12x plus 9 is now equal to 2x minus 3 times 2x minus 3, or it is equal to 2x minus 3 quantity squared. Okay, number 3, a squared plus 12ab plus 36b squared. So perfect square yung a squared, perfect square yung 36b squared. Okay, the first and the last terms are perfect squares and their square roots are a and 6b, twice the product of these roots. That is 2 times a times 6b, we get 12ab. So since we get the middle term, so it is now equal to a plus 6b times a plus 6b, or a plus 6b, the quantity square. Number 4, 16x raised to 4 minus 56x square y square plus 49y raised to 4. Ano ba yung square root ng 16? 4. Ano ba yung square root ng 49? 7. Multiply natin ito. 4 times 7, we get 28. Then, i-times 2 natin yung 28. We get 56. Ayun, negative 56. So, lagyan lang natin siya ng 56. Okay, there, ng negative pala. Okay, so therefore, ang magiging factor niya ay 4x squared minus 7y squared times 4x squared minus 7y squared. Okay, letter D, quadratic trinomial. Actually, itong quadratic trinomial, ito yung mga trinomial na binibigay kapag nandoon tayo sa may solving quadratic equation, no? By factoring. Ayun. So, kung naalala nyo, yung solving quadratic equation by factoring natin noon, so, dito natin kinukuha yung concept o yung skill. So, kung master natin yung skill ng pag-factor ng quadratic trinomial, then wala tayong magiging problema dun sa pagsosolve ng quadratic equation by factoring. Say you're given x squared plus 8x plus 15. So here, find factors of the first and last terms, multiply, get the sum of the products, and check if the sum is equal to the middle term. Okay, so i-identify natin yung first at saka last terms. The first term, we have x squared. The last term, 15. Tapos kunin natin yung mga pair of factors nila, tapos kunin natin yung kanilang mga products. Anong factors ng x square? We have x and x. Ano ang factors ng 15? We have different pair of factors. Pwedeng negative 1, negative 15, pwedeng 15 and 1, pwedeng negative 3 at saka negative 5. Pwede ring 3 at saka 5. But here, we get or consider 3 and 5. Multiply x times 3, then x times 5. X times 3 is equal to 3x, x times 5 is equal to 5x. Get the sum. The sum is 8x. And that is exactly equal to the middle term. So in that case, pagpirin mo yung x and 3, then yung x and 5. So the factors of x squared plus 8x plus 15 is equal to x plus 3 times x plus 5. Number 2, 6x squared plus 7x minus 20. Again, find factors of the first and last terms, cross multiply, get the sum of the products, and check if the sum is equal to the middle term. What is the first term? 6x squared. Last term, negative 20. Okay. Factors of 6x squared, 2x and 3x. How about the last term, negative 20? Pwedeng negative 20 at saka 1, pwedeng negative 1 at saka 20, pwedeng negative 4 at saka 5. Okay, so here we get the pair 5 and negative 4. We have their cross multiply. So, cross multiply natin siya, ibig sabihin yung 2x mo, multiply mo sa negative 4, yung 3x mo, multiply mo sa 5. So, yon. So, 3x times 5, 15x. 2x times negative 4, 18. Negative 8x. Get the sum. That is 7x, which is exactly the middle term. So, kung ganon, pagtirin mo na ngayon yung 2x at saka 5, tapos yung 3x at saka negative 4. So, the factors are 2x plus 5 times 3x minus 4.